Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have a Uchu Sentai Kyuranger review for you. Today we'll be taking a look at the DX Koji-shi Voyager. As you can see, it is a tiny little lion guy. Comes with the number 77 Koji-shi Q-Tama. He has a combination possibility with the Shishi Voyager, which of course we'll take a look at. Over here on the side shows how the two of them combine together. And then of course he does have combinations with Q-Rhino as well. And the back just kind of further illustrates that. So pretty much it for the packaging. Pretty cool. I like it though. Very bright, very colorful. Always a good time with the Kyuranger packaging. Let's go ahead, get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so out of the packaging here you get of course the Koji-shi Voyager and the Koji-shi Q-Tama. Pretty cool little Q-Tama. This one's gold as opposed to the gunmetal gray we usually get. Number 77 with a nice holofoil sticker there. Very, very cool. White on the bottom. I really like the picture. I think they did a pretty cool job there. It looks like a little lion cub, and then you can kind of put the mane on his face. It kind of reminds me of in The Lion King when Rafiki, the monkey, draws Simba on the tree trunk as like a cub, and then later when he gets older he draws the mane around his face. I don't know why, but that's really what this makes me think of. It's kind of funny. Taking a look at the picture on the inside, it's really just kind of a standard cockpit Q-Tama picture. Has the picture of Koji-shi in the top circle behind his head, and you can see it is just Shishi Red piloting. It's not Shishi Red Orion. So pretty standard little picture there for the cockpit, but pretty fun Q-Tama overall. I like it. Come around to the back, you can see where it connects. So pop that on there, and now you have the full Koji-shi Voyager. It's a pretty fun little Voyager, pretty much on par size-wise with all the other like limb Voyagers. I think it's pretty fun. Really nice paint on the front. This gold, this blue, all really nicely detailed. The eyes are a little weird to me, and I know it's going to be kind of hard to see in there because they're very recessed, so I'll try and shine some light. But you can see, especially right there, like it's like really weird circle eyes. It almost looks like he's been hypnotized. Now there are better eyes underneath, which we'll get to in a little bit. It's kind of hard to show them off in this mode, but there's nice blue eyes underneath. So I apologize, the light's not working that great, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it's weird with the white. And you can pop this off. You can see that's how it connects, just so you can see a little better. And then you can take these off, or open them up rather. And you can see there's nice blue inside there, which is mostly going to be used in the other modes, which we'll get to in a moment. But yeah, I just think you can see the pattern here on the side. It kind of just makes him look like he's hypnotized. It's got these weird eyes. So I kind of wish they were opposite. I wish it was blue in this mode, but I guess when you opened it up, then you would just have weird pops of blue on the sides here. So I guess that's why they did that, but it is what it is. There's not really any articulation in this mode. The legs don't really move at all. The mouth can open, but of course you're going to see the head of the robot, so it doesn't really make sense to do that. Yeah, so not really any articulation in this mode, which is kind of a bummer. But I still think he's a cool little lion guy. I definitely like him, and I think his color scheme's nice. So that's kind of all he does on his own. There's not really a lot going on, just this guy. He just kind of hangs out. But there is some compatibility with Shishi Voyager, so we'll go ahead and bring him in. Alright, so I know what you're thinking. What the heck did you do to Shishi Voyager? But basically, to get it ready for the combination, you want to leave all 5 of the Q-Tama in from Q-Rhino. Just take off the limb pieces, obviously, and take the normal lion head for Shishi Voyager off. And then this guy's pretty much ready to go. So then you're going to come to Koji-shi Voyager, take the head off like I showed you a minute ago, remove the Q-Tama from the back, and then this main section, you can push this forward, and then this will split in 2. And you can see that those 2 clips were pegged into these 2 clips here, so that's how it was connected. Put this part off to the side. You can take out the normal Shishi Red Q-Tama, pop in the new Q-Tama. There you go. You can take this and, of course, plug this in here very simply. And then you can go ahead and open those up to the side. And you get those really nice blue. It is really recessed far down in there, so it's kind of hard to see. But you can see the blue eyes look pretty good. Next, you're going to take this piece, and you can see these two clips I showed you earlier, and they're going to peg into these two clips underneath. So you just peg those in, and then you come around over here, and there are two clips in there that are going to peg into these two clips right here and here. And then there you go. You have the kind of built up lion form for Shishi Red. I like this a lot. I really do. I kind of wish this is what Shishi Red originally looked like, because this actually makes the Zord look like, or the Voyager look like a lion. Whereas before, yeah, it had a lion head and you could spin these around and had tiny little paws in the front. But then the whole back section didn't look anything like a lion. I'm sorry, it didn't. So by adding these on, now he has actual paws. He has a little bit of a tail. He's definitely got a cool face. So I like this a lot. I think this looks really good. Now, it's completely up to you if you don't want to leave the Q-Tama in or put different Q-Tama in. That's up to you guys. This is just kind of what the directions show. I think if you take the Q-Tama out, though, it kind of makes him look a little bit, like, thinner. So I think, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but I think they leave him in just because it kind of makes it look a little bit more full and streamlined and kind of just makes this all seem like one flowing section here. So I think that's kind of why they did that. Now, you probably could, through the collection, find enough red Q-Tama if you wanted to just fill all these with red just to keep the color scheme unified. So that's an option. You know, stuff like that. But overall, I really do like the look of this. I think this looks really cool. This is probably my favorite mode, combining Koji-shi Voyager with other Voyagers. But it is not the only mode. He does have compatibility with the full Q-Rhino. Alright, so I've connected Q-Rhino all back together, except I went ahead and left the head off because obviously this head's going to go back on there. Taking this guy apart again, take the Q-Tama off, pop the head off, and separate this back into the two components again. At this point, if you want to switch out the Q-Tama, it's completely up to you. It really makes no difference to the rest of the mode. Purely aesthetic. I don't like it as much just because with this being the gunmetal gray, it really makes this look, you know, uneven. Not uneven, but it just obviously doesn't flow. So it's really jarring to have that piece right there. But nothing you can do about it. So if you want to pop that in, you can. You can go ahead and pop this guy back on. And then you're going to open the mouth to get that robot head. And then open these panels out to the side. So there you go. I do like that a lot. I think that looks really cool. I like that new headdress there. Coming around to the back, you're going to take this piece and extend this forward to make a cannon. And then you're going to take these two clips and plug them into these two spots right here. And then you're going to take these two clips and peg them into here again, just like in the other mode. It's the same placement. And there you go. You have this giant cannon off to the side. Kind of reminds me of like War Machine from Marvel Comics. He just has the one large cannon off to the side. If you'd like, you can raise this arm up to make it look like it's holding the cannon. You don't have to. It doesn't need to support it in any way. They don't even touch. You can kind of see there's a large gap in between. So again, if you wanted to just leave the arms like this or something and then just have him pretend like the cannon just floats out there and fires or whatever, there you go. So in my opinion, the combination with Q-Rhino, not the greatest. It's not terrible. It's just kind of like, hey, did you want a cannon on your shoulder? Here you go. I don't know. It's just not that great to me. I would have much rather had like it be new arms or something. Like, I love the headdress. I think the new head looks great. Maybe those other two pieces could have been, or maybe even like, you know, take this off, and maybe you could even get this to work here. But, so I'm fine with this on the back, because I think that looks kind of cool. If you take off one of these, and actually, let's take off the whole thing, because we have this Q-Tama over here, which is bugging me anyway. Can I do something like this? There you go. Maybe something like that. I mean, obviously it doesn't line up the best, but I would have preferred maybe something more like this. I think this is kind of what I would have liked. I don't mind the piece on the back, and that way it also gives you the possibility to put it up there if you like. And I love the new head, but I think I would have preferred somehow making this work a little bit better. Maybe making it so it could connect a little bit better. Whoops, and that's going to fall off on me. I don't think there's any way, like, this doesn't spin like it does for some of these. Yeah, I don't really see anything else you could do with this. I'm just trying to see if there's anywhere else it could connect. I'm always connecting this wrong. But yeah, so that's a possibility. I mean, that's something you could do. Yes, it looks a little weird. I'm like, the only other option would be to spin it 180 degrees. And I don't think that's going to work because that would come too far. I mean, I guess if you raised it up. I don't know. Is that better? Maybe angled in is a little bit better. I can't decide. I kind of think that looks a little bit better. I know it's still not straight. It would be great if you could rotate it so that the gun faced the correct way. Because, you know, obviously I can't connect it. But if it was like this, I think that would look really cool. And you could just have the gun facing forward like that. So if only this piece could rotate. If this could just rotate 90 degrees, you'd be set. But it kind of wiggles a little bit, but I don't think it can rotate. So I'm not going to try and break it or anything. But that would be cool. If you could do something like that, I think that looks better. Just my opinion. Again, I'm just kind of trying to come up with something else. The over-the-shoulder thing is not terrible. Personally, I just think being able to wield it as an arm would be a little bit cooler. Just my personal preference, but... So you kind of can make an arm with it. It just isn't perfect. But that is another possibility you have. So this is the official way, over the shoulder, but you can kind of make an arm with it as well. Technically, you can also kind of do this ridiculous gun leg. And then, of course, we need to check out the Q-Tama and the Seiza Blaster. So it's not technically a transformation Q-Tama, so it doesn't say the name at the end. So I like the lion sounds there. I think that's pretty fun. So then you get the same lion sounds again for the attack. Not bad though, pretty fun. Definitely has some fun sounds to be had in the Seiza Blaster. So at the end of the day, I think the Koji-shi Voyager is pretty fun. It's not amazing, doesn't knock my socks off or anything, but it's about as much playability as any other standalone, you know, smaller Voyager has. If you look at like Chameleon or Bull or Wolf or Washy Pink, Scorpion, any of the kind of sold on their own Voyagers, I feel like it's kind of right up there with those. I do love this little lion mode. I think this looks really cool, and I really like the combined mode of him with the Shishi Voyager, because I think that really fleshes out the Shishi Voyager and gives us a good looking lion Voyager that, you know, from the beginning Shishi Voyager didn't look amazing, but it had to combine with the other Voyagers, so I got it. When you add these two together, it gives you a really nice looking, full, complete lion Voyager, in my opinion, and that's why that's my favorite form. The combination with Q-Rhino is okay. I really like the new head for Q-Rhino. I think that's the best part of it. Having the gun just kind of like connect to the back and just be like an over-the-shoulder cannon, it's okay. It's not that great. I showed you guys you can also kind of cobble it on there as an arm, which kind of works a little better in my opinion, but it's not perfect. if that little connector on the back could just pivot 90 degrees, you could really get it connected on as a really cool arm, and I think that would have been fantastic. So just that little bit of extra functionality on this thing would have really made that a lot more fun in my opinion. But I still think he's okay. If I remember correctly, this guy was somewhere in the area of $20 before shipping. I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact price, but I think it was between $20 and $25. So I think that's not that bad. I think the original Voyagers were somewhere in the area of like $15 before shipping, if I'm remembering correctly. So this guy is a little bit bigger than, say, Washi Pink or Scorpion Sasori Orange. So, like, you know, he's a little bit bigger. I can understand why he's a little bit more expensive, and he has a little bit more functionality with Q-Rhino than the others do. So I think he's fun. I like the Q-Tama he comes with, and I think the Lion modes are fun. The Q-Rhino combination is so-so. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share the video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at DX Koji-shi Voyager from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger, and thanks for watching.